Alright, so good morning or afternoon or wherever time it is to whoever gonna be watching this video, but I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet and try to keep it under 10 minutes. Last time I tried to record this earlier and it went for over probably almost a half an hour, but I'm trying to keep it short and sweet. So today I'll be talking about, again, the WcW nWo Revenge Tournament Simulation Series that I'm going to start up. Basically, it's going to be similar to the Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 one I do for AOS. Right? This is just a run up. You already seen this, but I'm just, putting it up here again because it's to be, what's the name? And that's the results of the top 8 for the actual tournament that you was watching. You can join the battle to save lives by supporting St. So basically, the reason why the 5SC qualified means they qualify for the 5th spot chance, basically, because when you look down here, it says anyone who gets the elimination, even if you don't win the 5th spot chance match, if you get elimination, you get to come back for another retry at winning the whole thing or whatever. But as you get as many retries as you want, all you gotta do is always have a finish and you'll always be in the 5th spot chance, or you gotta be randomly selected or whatever. But in order to qualify again, instead of just having people automatically qualify or get to be in the matches, what I decided to do is, this is basically the ranking system. So, Executioner is the champ, number 1 contender is Jaco, the Hunter is Alex Wright, LZ or Larry Z is the wild card, and the 5th spot is Dr. Frank. So basically, this is going to be the first show. I don't know when I'm going to start this up because I'm getting ready to start talking about the WWF No Mercy Simulation Tournament or whatever. But basically, in order to get us chance at 5th spot, you have qualifier matches. So if the person wins 5th spot chance, pins everybody who wins the 5th spot chance match, if they pin or if they eliminate everybody, that means there'll be 3 qualifying matches, but there only gonna be 1 because Jericho and who's the other guy who already qualified? Jericho and Stevie Ray have already qualified because they both got elimination in the last 5th spot chance. So that's why there's only 1 qualifier match. But it's always 2 random people facing off against each other. So that's gonna be the first match in show 1. Second match is Dr. Frank taking on Larry Z, because Dr. Frank is ranked 5 and Larry Z is ranked 4, which is the wild card. The winner of that will take on the loser of Alex Wright and Jaco, and they take on the loser for a chance at being the new Hunter or whatever. And then the winner of Alex Wright versus Jaco, takes on the champ in the championship match. So Executioner will be featured in the first pay-per-view for this. Now let's talk about WWF No Mercy. As you can see, it's self-explained. There'll be 2 tournaments, and the reason that there's 4 brackets because there's 4 brackets of 12. So each bracket will have 12 people competing. And the reason I decided to do this is because there's no real even way to do 48-man tournament, because it'll go from 48 to 24 to 12 to 6 to 3. I don't really like doing the triple threat matches, all because I can't make them elimination. So the first person who gets pinned or submitted, the other person has nothing to do with the decision, and that's okay like real life with pro wrestling, but like as far as simulations go, I don't really like it. It should be elimination. Anytime you have 4 people, anytime you have, survival matches or every man for themselves matches, should always be elimination to me. So that's why we won't be doing triple threats match, because they're not single elimination. I'll do triple threat match to probably the person who gets a win gets to qualify or stuff like that. Oh, now what's this? Oh yeah, there's 3 people, there's 6 people on here who share a name. So Mae Young has to take on Fabulous Mover because they're under the same character thing or whatever, or selection screen thing. So you got Mae Young, then you got Fabulous Moolah. They share a moveset basically. So there's no sense of having both of them in the tournament if they're gonna be sharing a moveset. Cause I ain't got enough for 16 women to be in the tournament anyway. I do, but like, there's no sense of having people in there who share the same attributes and movesets and ranking system and all that crap. So there's no sense of having both of them in it. So that's why you see what you see with these two. They gonna have to face it off each other. Another two, these two are gonna have to face off because they have the same problem as them. They share moveset. And the weird thing about these two having to share moves, these four people having to share movesets, is that they're actual wrestlers. So you got people like the Cat, Stephanie McMahon, even Linda McMahon has her own moveset, which is weird to me because, like, why not give the actual wrestlers on here their own movesets? Then you also got Taka and Funaki who share moveset, and that's messed up as well. And the main thing that's messed up about all of this is that, if you take off Linda McMahon and you wouldn't give what's his name, Mick Foley, three freaking names, three separated moveset things, you could have these six people with their own individual ones for one reason alone. Mick Foley has two extra moveset things. Yeah, I get it. Mick Foley, he's a Hall of Famer. He did so much, Hell in a Cell and all those crazy stuff he did for WWE. And he was, one of the pioneers of the Attitude Era or wherever. But my thing is this. Why is the Mankind, Mick Foley, and Cactus Jack all have the same exact movesets, but they're not under the same character things? But you got the rest of these people sharing movesets with each other, even though they apparently have different movesets. Why they gotta share movesets? But he has three separate worlds, and they all have the same exact moveset. So that's the only real problem I have with that. Secondly, there'll be a battle royale to figure out who gets the last slot in the what's the name, eight woman tournament, simulation tournament or whatever. So these are just the four women who are mainly managers. Like Stephanie McMahon is a manager too, but like in ring wise, I put her over these four. And like, you already know, the whole thing is basically like the person who comes out with Godfather, and there's like four different ones or wherever you could choose from. But basically, that's what this is for. And this is how the tournament's going to be set up. So in the qualifying match, either Ivory or Jacqueline is going to go against Trish Stratus. Then you got Tori Wilson versus Lita. That's the first two matches. Then the next match is either going to be Stephanie McMahon versus Mae Young or Fabulous Moolah. Then the Battle Royale winner will face China. So the winner of this match is going to end up facing China. Alright. Now, I got 8 first round bye qualifiers. So whoever wins, they get first round bye. The other ones don't. And there will be 8 of them. The reason I'm doing this, and I'll explain a little bit later, is because these were the 16 people or men not featured in the tag team tournament I did with the 16 team tournament, tag team tournament or whatever. Yeah. So basically that's what that is or whatever like that. So these are the ones that wasn't featured. And basically what I decided to do is the 4 teams that made it to the final 4, they all get automatic first round byes. So that means all 8 of them will be getting first round byes. Except for one thing, to make it more even, Christian and Edge, not only they will be in the same bracket, but they'll be on the same side in their car, and that gives them a 50% chance of making it to the finals in the bracket they'll be in. The Dudley boys will be in the same bracket, but they won't be on the same side, as in that'll give them it'll give them 25% chance of making it to the finals in their bracket. And then Bradshaw and Farouk, Tess, and Albert, because they lost in the semifinals, they will be given no extra opportunities so they basically got the same chance of winning the tournament as everybody else, except for they get first round bye. That's the only thing that's better for them than the other people's future. And I already got it set up for the teams that lost. So the teams that lost, they automatically got to fight in the first round. Don't get no first round byes. And this is basically how it's set up and stuff like that. So basically, this is how you're gonna see it right now. You know, I still gotta figure out how to see. Edge and Christian are still on the same side, stuff like that. I think I forgot to put question marks on the other brackets, but that's what basically the blank things are, question marks, because you don't know who's gonna get the first round bye. Because the only slots that need to be filled, and there's 8 of them. There's 16 of them all together, and there's 8 first round byes, and there's 8 first round matches. That's because the 8 qualifier matches, first round bye qualifier matches, or whatever, for the ones who give first round bye, and the ones that lose won't get one, and stuff like that. But you see, there's basically 8 of them, and there's 2 of each. There's 2 people who will have to face off in the first round, and there's 2 people who get first round byes. So 2 of them will have to have a match in the first round, and 2 of them won't. And basically, that's how it goes for each of them. And 2 of them will have to, that lose, who don't get first round bye, will have to face off with each other in the tournament in the first round for 2 of these brackets. The other 2, they'll be split up accordingly. But also, what gave us a little extra incentive is that neither one of them, the ones that don't get first round bye, they don't have to face like the stiffer competition into their next match or whatever like that. So like, you know, like but somebody's gonna get fucked over because they're gonna have to face Jericho. I wasn't thinking when I did that, because Jericho is not no easy task for anybody to face off in the tournament. Neither is who's the other guy? There's Jericho you may have to face in the first round. Who's the other guy? Oh, that's it. Well, Matt Hardy is not a pushover either, you know, but still, you know, that's the main one I think is like kind of messed up. It's Jericho. Somebody gonna have to face Jericho. Well, that'll do it for this stuff. And like, oh, I still gotta do something for Virtual Pro Wrestling 64. I still gotta design a tournament and stuff like that, but I should be able to think of something by the time I'm done with these 2 tournaments, because there's a 48 tournament with 4 brackets for the men, and there's a 8 women tournament that's only 1 bracket for the women, however. So basically, that's what I have to say. This went way quicker than the other one because I just put the visuals up and I ain't had to switch over from screen to screen. But if anything, I'll show you one last thing right quick, because you don't need to hear the sound or whatever. Well, you probably do need to hear the sound. I'm not sure if you can hear my voice with the sound all the way off, so that's why I turned it up just a little bit. Yeah. Alright, but basically, this is how the bracket's gonna look for the 48 man. See? So, the 1 and the 6, they get free first round byes, and you ain't gonna see them compete in the second round until the final. Same thing over here. The 7 and 12 get first round byes. So that's why it's set up the way it is. Because only the top and bottom ones get first round byes. The ones in the middle don't get first round byes. So I guess that's basically the end of the video. Hope you enjoy it somewhat. You learned something, but if you didn't enjoy it, that wasn't really what this video is about. It was just to tell you how things are going to happen and how the matches are set up and stuff like that. So until next time, that's the end. Later. Oh, damn it. I always do that.